Welcome to my 2025 bullet journal. Absolutely crazy that we're at 2025 already. I've really tried to be strict with myself this year and look at the trackers that I did and didn't use and what I found useful and what I had too much of. You know, for some things I allowed far more pages than I needed to, and I really wanted to just do the bare minimum of what I need so that I can make the most of it. Now, I've not done a proper front page yet. I'm using the same bullet journal notebook as last year. It's not really a bullet journal, it's just a regular lined journal. And I won't use it necessarily in the same way as one would use a bullet journal. I just have some spreads at the start that I use as bullet journaling, and then the rest is just like dumping down anything I need to dump down. And I got this from the ship, the Tui River cruise I worked on last year, and I had a spare one, and so I thought, perfect to use it again because I really enjoyed using it this year. Let me grab my old one. This is my old one. I drew the design. Can you tell I'm an artist? I will draw something, I think, on this one, but I just haven't quite decided what yet. I didn't want to put a date on this because I wasn't sure how long it would last me, and actually this is the first time it's only lasted me 1 year. Usually notebooks last me 2 years. So I think that's one of the reasons why I ended up having a lot of extra pages in the front sections, because I was allowing for 2 years worth of stuff and it was only 1 year. And I did do something on this one with the front page, but we haven't done anything yet with this one. Although I'm pretty sure I've used the front page on this one, so I've only got the cover to deal with. And the label, this was actually from one of the other cruise directors, not my own. They'd just bought a label maker when I went on, and I didn't know where else to put it at the time, so I put it on here and, you know, I'll never lose it. Now you'll see this one has a pen and a pen loop. This one, unfortunately, the pen loop fell off at some point. I don't think it lasted very long on this one. And the problem is it's because I take it everywhere with me, so I'm shoving it in and out of my bag and whatnot. So we'll see how long I can hold on to this one. At the moment, I've still got this many pages to use, but I think by the end of the year, I'll use them up. If not by the 31st, then by the time we've done Taskmaster, because I will note down everything from Taskmaster. One thing I really love about these notebooks, there's a number of things. I like the cover, I like the paper, lots of things I like, but I really like the, what's this called? Bookmark, I suppose. I'm a big fan of that. So I did already do a lot of the spreads and stuff, making the spreads, which I have time-lapsed for you, so I will show that to you in a minute, and then we'll do a final flip through, although it's not totally complete yet. Enjoy the time-lapse. Okay, so to begin with, I am breaking the spine. I don't know if this actually does anything, but I've seen other bullet journal YouTubers do it and swear by it, so we're giving it a go. We'll see what it actually does. Now, this year I'm also doing an index page, which is why you can see me numbering some of the pages. I didn't do everything in this time, but we did some of them, and I'm hoping that it'll just help me find pages because I tend to get lost, or at least I did in the 2024 bullet journal. Now next you'll see me building my year in pixels. This is something I've done for the last few years and have used, you know, all the time, and for 2025's year in pixels I just copied exactly what I did for 2024 because I feel like I found exactly what I need and all the emotions I need and the design and everything, so I'm just copying that exactly. So enjoy watching me draw some lines. And you'll see I've decided to freehand a lot, and that's honestly because I can't be bothered with the ruler and I don't really care enough about this. So you'll notice throughout that I'm often freehanding things, and sometimes it does go wrong, but you know, I do my best. Next up, I'm doing my monthly favourites, and I've learned from this year that I really only need one page because I generally use my computer. It's only when I don't have my computer on me that I write it in my notebook, and I write quite small, so it does the job. Now I am building my theatre tracker. I used this a lot this year and I really loved having it as an overview of all the shows I saw. Obviously I also make an end of year video, but it's just a nice way to see exactly how much I spent and what I saw and various things, which theatres I went to. So yeah, I like having it. And again, I just copied exactly what I had from 2024. And now I'm doing a new spread, and that's a social tracker. I really want to make more of an effort with meeting up with friends this year. So I want to have a place to track who I'm meeting up with, what we're doing, various activities, because I don't like spending money and I want to find various things that I can do without spending money. And also, yeah, how often I'm seeing the same people and which people, and, you know, making an effort if there's someone I haven't seen in a while. So yeah, we'll see if this does anything. We'll find out at the end of the year, I guess. And then next up, I am doing an audition tracker. Again, I had this in 2024's bullet journal, and I again like to just have an overview of the jobs I've auditioned for and what kind of job it is and the role and all those various things. And again, with this one, I've just copied exactly what I did in 2024. And then next up on the next page over, I'm doing a birthday gift tracker. So I remember to get gifts for people and also be able to see what I got them in past years so I don't repeat gifts, and also so I can get inspired. And I did mess this page up, actually. You'll see it probably in my final flip through. Actually, you might not, because I may not show it because it's got personal details of people, but I like having it. It's a good one. Now for these next ones, or the next one over there is a YouTube ideas page, so I literally just did a title and I'm leaving it blank to write down anything. And this page that I'm doing now is for my thumbnails, because I have specific ways of doing the thumbnails. And again, you'll see there that it's not totally complete, but I will come back to it. And then the next ones were also just ones that just need a heading, so I'm skipping those for now. And then I'm doing a self-assessment. I did this in 2024's and I just liked it as a way to reflect, you know, going into the year, how I felt about the past year, what I feel like I need to work on, and I just copied the measurements and everything from 2024 again. Now, the page you see me building now is a new one as well, and this one was actually inspired by Jashi Koren, I think is her name, on YouTube, and it's a then versus now page. So again, it's sort of a reflection one and seeing what happens in the year. So I'll fill it in on the 31st of 2024 and then again on the 31st of 2025 and see what my various answers to the various questions are. And that's where I'm leaving it at the moment. I will now pass back to future Raquel. Hello again. So I hope you enjoyed watching me build it. I can give measurements if you want, but I don't actually think it's particularly useful because these are just not standardized notebooks, so I don't think you'll necessarily be able to replicate it. That was one of the reasons I quite liked having the same notebook from last year, because it means I can copy the measurements exactly. And next year, I know already, we're gonna have to I'll have to spend a bit more time doing the measurements. But I'm just gonna show you each page this way because I find doing it, I don't have an overhead camera and it just gets messy. So I haven't yet filled in the name page. I'm gonna take this out for the moment. I feel like I'm reading you a story. So I could potentially do a cover on this side, but on this side I've got my index. I have in the meantime numbered not all the pages, but I think to like 100. Oh no, beyond 100. I seem to have stopped at 124, which is a very random number to stop at. Maybe I got distracted by something, I don't know. But what I'm hoping to do is also pop in, sometimes I end up doing spreads later on in the year, things that I think about, so I can pop those in here. And also at the start of each month, I want to have the headings here. Then the next page over is the year in pixels, which is again the exact same as last year. Have a gander, have a look. I'm once again using the highlighter. I just like it. I think it's something that that's just a part of me now. And then on this side, I've got the monthly favorites. So as I said, just done it onto one page this year. Next up, we have the theatre tracker. So that's this one over here on this side. And then the new social tracker. I'll just show you what I've got there. So there's a couple of things I am tracking for that one. We'll see how much I use it. We'll see if it gets put to use, but I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping it'll turn out to be useful. Now I'm gonna have to blur a lot of this side, but on this side I've got my audition tracker. So we'll see. Hopefully this will be overfull by the end of the year. And then on this side it is currently all blurred, but it is all the birthdays I've got coming up or that happened throughout the year and that I need to prepare for and come up with gift ideas for. The next page over is my blank YouTube ideas page, which will just be filled with lots of ideas. I have loads still from last year, so I'll just transfer all those over. And then on this side, it's my thumbnails and just the measurements and things that I use, colors and those kinds of things. Now I sort of breezed over these in the video because it was just, as you can see, no design work necessary. But I had a things to consume page last year and I really wasn't sure whether it was necessary for this year because I used it so little. But rather than splitting it up into the various topics, which is what I did in last year's, I'm just leaving it as an open canvas for literally anything. So movies, musicals, I've already got some I want to write down. Food, restaurants, you know, if people recommend those kinds of things, travel-y things. It's just all gonna go on this page. And then on this side, we've got compliments, and currently there are none. No, I had a jar, actually, I don't think you can see it. When I was in drama school, I did a jar of words with compliments or with sort of something to take into the day. And I had them in this notebook as well, because I didn't know what I was gonna do with the jar, so I was very glad to have them somewhere. And I'm gonna do the same this year, but I just haven't had time yet. Actually, let me just show you what it will look like. Because I also found then some compliments that were not on appearance online. I found them, and I don't believe really in complimenting on appearance. I'm planning to make a whole video on that at some point. That's been on my list for forever, but I wanted to have them written down so that I could use them if I find they're appropriate. That's what it looks like. So at the top is all the words, and then these are all the quotes. I don't know if that's focusing. Can you read it? There you go, all colourful. So I'm more or less probably just gonna copy exactly what I've done here, but I just haven't had time yet. And for the record, next to it is my to consume page, and there's literally 2 things on there, and that was Operation Mincemeat and The Little Big Things, both of which I did see, so yay. Next up, what's next? Okay, so these are the reflection-y pages. This is my self-assessment, which I'll just do at the start of the year and talk about how I feel about each thing on there. And I think I gave it a rating out of 10 last year. And I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to do it, but it just felt like a good way to get it out of my head, because I was thinking about all these things at the start of last year, and I just wanted to have them on a page so I could see in the future how I felt at the start of 2024. And I like the idea, A, of doing it again this year and, you know, having it on paper, but then also being able to compare how I felt at the start of 2024 compared to 25, what's dropped off, what's picked up, what do I still want to work on, those kinds of things. And then there is my then and now page. You can see all the various topics there. And I spent ages trying to decide if I should date it from the 31st of 2024 or the 1st of January 2025, but I thought 365 days just feels more appropriate. Not that I expect anything to change between the 31st and the 1st. But yeah, I like that I'll have that to look at the end of the year. And then that's it for now. I don't necessarily see myself doing any more yearly pages. I do keep thinking about when did I last, but I've thought about it for years and I've never really needed it. I can always add it in later if I really feel it's necessary. But that's my notebook for next year. And let me know some spreads that you like to have in your bullet journal. Let me know if you've been inspired by any that you want to try. Or let me know, I don't know, any recommendations, anything you want to say, anything you want to share. Let's hear it. And I will see you tomorrow for the last day of Vlogmas. Wow. All right. Bye.